What's up, everybody? And it's your boy Wes Grant. You're watching Lifestyles of the Rich and Asian. Actually, it's Suburban Nerd, and this is the channel where I give my nerd views on today's nerd news, but also give my reviews on movies. And today's movie I'm giving a review on is Crazy Rich Asians, which this movie is a great movie. It was directed by John M. Chu. I'm gonna try and not look at it, but the movie stars Henry Golding, who plays Nick Young, Constant Wu, who plays Rachel, and it actually has some other stars that you might have seen in other movies, as far as Ken Jeong, who you probably know him from movies like Hangover, and also a great actress, Michelle Yeoh, who she's been in a bunch of other different movies. So as far as this just going through the cast, the standout for me is Awkwafina. Awkwafina is a good friend or a college friend of Rachel in the movie, and she is a standout. Just like how you say Tiffany Haddish had her standout and she shined in Girls Trip, I believe this is a standout for Awkwafina. And I know she's in a bunch of other movies. She's in movies. This one, she's in the Ocean's 8 movie. She was also in the Sorority, the Neighbors 2 Sorority one. And she has this comedy and just comedy chops. And just like Tiffany Haddish, once she hit once she got known from Girls Trip, she started getting roles and roles. Like, in fact, I went to the movies before, and there was 2 trailers back to back that had Tiffany Haddish, and I think it was for Uncle. The Uncle movie with the basketball, and also the night school, the one with Kevin Hart. So like I said, she's doing great, and I think it's gonna be the same thing for Awkwafina. And that's a crazy name to have, Awkwafina. Like, who names their kid that? But hey, that's what it is. But also another standout for me was this dude, Jimmy O Yang. I know he's not gonna get that much props. No one's really gonna talk about him, but this dude knew how to ball. Like, yo, he's the one that had the bachelor party and planned that thing. And they all went in helicopters out to the seas, like international seas. And he was like, yo, anybody can get some hoes, everybody can get hookers, strippers, and get a bunch of drugs and just do some craziness. How many people can do this? And he points down just like one of these huge ships that carry crates. And inside it's an emptied out area in the middle. And in the middle it's just pools and all these different parties. And then they show it, and you see this little flare flying out of the ship and land into water. I'm like, what the hell is that? Why are they shooting flares and why are they so weak? You realize the dude has a rocket launcher and is just straight up shooting it out into the ocean. That's how ball it is, when you literally can do whatever you want. And that's the one great thing I love about this movie. This movie is like watching Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, because they do it the way they lived. With, like, if you guys don't know the premise, I'm gonna give it to you real quick. The premise is Rachel Cho, who's dating Nick Young, and Nick Young, he has a family wedding, and he gets, he's coming for, I believe, for his either sister or brother, something like that. So he's taking Rachel with him, and Rachel has no idea of his past. But before they even go, I guess he's known. So someone takes a picture, sends it back, gets back to his mom. Mom calls him like, "Hey, you bringing someone?" And he's like, "Yeah." So he goes, and the premise is pretty much like all the other rom-coms. It's not too crazy or different, but crazy rom-com. Girlfriend gets brought home with the son. Son introduces the girlfriend to the family. Mom doesn't really like the girl. Doesn't think she's she's deserving of the son. And then that's pretty much what it is, and that's what she has to deal with, and she has to overcome it. And that's probably going to be one of my negatives, because it's not generic, but it's formulaic as far as, you know what happens. Girl goes with the guy, issues with mom, somehow close to the end, doesn't work out, get mad, about to leave, stopped, saved, everything's happy in the end. Yes, this is what that is. But the ride is still enjoyable. You can still do whatever you want, and it's great. And it's not like, I was very hesitant to see this movie myself, because I was thinking it's going to be like a Mamma Mia or like Not Another Greek Wedding, and it really wasn't. And I have a lot of Asian friends, and they asked me to go over to the Philippines, because they say, oh yeah, we got mansions, whatever. Man, if they're living like these people, I'm on that trip next year, because I tell you, it just made you envious on the way to live. But like I said, the girl had to deal with issues because people was plotting on her. People was plotting hard. They didn't want her there. They didn't think she was worthy of there. And she's a smart girl. She's a professor of economics in New York Institute. So she's no slouch. But to them, because she didn't have that money, because her mom's a single mom, because it's like they just didn't have that thing, and she was too Americanized, is what they say. They say that Americans basically they're selfish. They don't think of the greater good. They just think of what's gonna make them happy. Which that's really what you should do for your life. You should live to be happy. You shouldn't live for other people. And that's one of the stories, or one of the learning things you take away from this movie. Like it shows you that love can somewhat conquer all, but at the same time, you got to be smart about it. She was willing to, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but she was willing to sacrifice for her love for him. I'm going to just say that. And that's kind of how the mom realizes that, the son is happy. So, as far as that goes, I enjoy the movie. I think everyone should watch this movie. Take your friends, take your family, take anybody, because this movie, like I said, it's better than what you think, or better than what they showed, because it has so many. It's got so much good comedy in it, especially coming from Awkwafina. Awkwafina, she has great comedy. Like her comedy chop just stands out all the time. Like I said, I hate it. Ain't like I'm trying to push her on you guys, but when you see her, you definitely like her personality, and she's a good friend. And I just love the cast. One of the main standouts is this little side story that's going on with this actress who plays Astrid. Her name is Gemma Chang, who I thought, when I saw her, I thought she was a girl from Daredevil Season 2, who played, I believe it was Katana, who, I found out her name was actually Elodie Young, and it's not. They're both beautiful women, but, Astrid, she's doing her thing, and Rachel actually looks up to Astrid, and she likes her because she thinks that she's perfect. She's like very pristine. She's very smart, beautiful, and like everyone likes her, and that's what Rachel inspires to be. But in reality, Astrid doesn't have it all together. Like things aren't working out in her life like everyone thinks, and that's what kind of has them bond. They really bond on that level because there's something that happens to Rachel in this movie where they bond because they're trying to get Rachel out because no one's really liking her. They don't think she's worthy. They think she's a gold digger. In reality, she didn't even know. And that's why Nick kept it from her, because everyone else treats him like he's a prince or he's a king. Meanwhile, she just treated him like a regular person, and he fell in love with her and she fell in love with him, and that's why he wants to work this out. That's why he wants to keep her, and I definitely respect that. The movie, if I had to give it a grade, I'd probably give it a B plus actually, because this movie, it wasn't perfect, but it had a lot of good things. I had fun. I went in there not expecting much, but I came out actually smiling. There was actually a moment where I didn't cry. I just got a little watery. There's only one reigning champion movie that's ever got me to cry, and that is, y'all ain't gonna believe it, but it's The Death of Superman, the animated movie that came out a couple months ago. And his death, the way he died, the way he went out, just like I couldn't hold him in. Then my eyes were watering, and I blinked. I blinked twice, and tears came out. This one, I didn't blink. So I did not cry this movie, but there are some emotional moments where significance of a ring, and when you pay attention to where that ring came from, that's when it makes it really like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what's up. So just pay attention to the ring, close to the end. But all in all, like I said, it's a great movie. Everyone should watch it. Take your family, take your girlfriends. And it's not trying to push the whole agenda of getting married, but you'll enjoy the ride because the cast, the music, the scenery, the cinematography of this movie is great. And I just gotta give it to him. Jon, the director, he may have done other movies like Jon M. Chu, but the cinematography in this, it was great. Every moment, from the food to where they go to the islands, all that stuff. It was like I said, watching Lifestyles of Rich and Famous. R.I.P. Robin Leach. He kind of passed away, but if this seems like something that like he would have definitely been doing an episode on. So, like I said, it's a great movie. Check it out, and that's pretty much my review for it. if you guys like what I talked about, just comment down below. Remember to put on those notifications. Remember to like this thing. And if anything, like I said, let me know. Talk about this, because I want to talk. This is a great movie, and I would love to converse to anybody about this movie. So remember to subscribe. Check out my last movie review. Check out my playlist of movie reviews. And remember, I'm Wes Grant. You've been watching Suburban Nerd, and you've just been nerdified. Catch you guys on the next movie review.